Liverpool fans, stop what you're doing and listen carefully because this is big. On opening night at Anfield, just when it looked like Arne Slot's Premier League journey would start with promise, Liverpool's early momentum was rocked by a problem in one of the most crucial positions on the pitch. Injuries, forced substitutions, fitness concerns, and a lack of depth are already creating headaches for the Dutchman, and the season is barely underway. This isn't just about losing one player. This is about the domino effect that could shape Liverpool's start to the campaign. And before we go any further into this story of setbacks, selection dilemmas, and the growing defensive crisis that could define Liverpool's title push, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications right now, because here you'll always get the most in-depth Liverpool updates, tactical insights, and breaking news delivered straight to you. Stay connected with us, because this is where Liverpool's season really begins to take shape. The big reveal: Arne Slot's admission after Liverpool's 2-1 victory over Bournemouth on Friday night. Slot revealed something that immediately grabbed headlines. Jeremie Frimpong, the new summer signing, who had shone brightly in the Community Shield despite defeat to Crystal Palace, was forced off just after the hour mark. Not because of tactics, not because of rotation, but because he felt a twinge in his hamstring. Slot's words were direct and concerning. That wasn't out of luxury. That was because Jeremie Frimpong felt his hamstring at halftime and made a lot of sprints. He was doing quite well, but the other right fullback, Conor Bradley, is already out with an injury. So we don't want to take the risk of losing another fullback. And there it was, the truth. Slot wasn't protecting a lead or testing squad options. He was firefighting, making decisions to minimize damage in the opening game of the season. For a manager making his Premier League debut at Anfield, that is not how you want your carefully laid plans to unravel. Frimpong's fast start meets a harsh reality. Liverpool fans were buzzing when Frimpong was signed. The right-back's attacking flair, pace, and ability to stretch the game wide seemed tailor-made for Slot's style. In the Community Shield, he even scored on his debut, raising hopes that Liverpool had found another electric weapon. But against Bournemouth, he struggled to contain David Brooks, and while he was eager to push forward, his hamstring betrayed him. By halftime, he already felt the strain. By the 60th minute, he couldn't continue. And this is where the warning bells start ringing. Hamstring issues aren't one-off knocks, they're recurring risks. For a player whose game relies so much on sprints, recovery runs, and explosive bursts, this could easily snowball into a bigger problem if not carefully managed. The wider crisis: no right-backs available. Liverpool had Trent Alexander-Arnold available. This would be a different story. But the reality is stark. Trent wasn't fit to play. Conor Bradley, expected to step up this season, has been sidelined with a muscular injury since preseason. That meant Slot started the game with just one natural right-back available. By the time the clock hit 65 minutes, he had none. This is more than just bad luck, it's a squad depth issue that could haunt Liverpool. Right-back is one of the most demanding roles in modern football, especially in Slot's system where fullbacks are expected to attack and defend tirelessly. Losing both Frimpong and Bradley this early exposes just how fragile the balance is. The domino effect: Endo and Gomez dragged Inso. What happened next? Slot had to improvise. Wataru Endo, Liverpool's defensive midfielder, was shifted into right-back duties. It was a stopgap solution, but not a comfortable one. Endo is disciplined and hard-working, but he lacks the pace and instinct of a natural fullback. For a stretch of the second half, Liverpool looked vulnerable on that flank. Later, Joe Gomez came on. The English defender had been nursing a groin issue, and Slot admitted Gomez wasn't fit to play more than 15 minutes. So instead of being a reliable option, Gomez was more like an emergency plug to see the game out. Think about that. Liverpool, on opening night, had to rely on a midfielder and a half-fit defender to fill one of the most important positions on the pitch, Milos Kerkez. A different problem, as if that wasn't enough, the left side also threw up a scare. New signing Milos Kerkez was also substituted at the same time as Frimpong. This time, it wasn't injury, but discipline. Slot explained it perfectly. Milos Kerkez is a player that I think the fans like because every duel he goes all in. But when you have a yellow card already and you play Antoine Semenyo, that's quite a worry. Kerkez's aggression is exciting, But Slot couldn't risk being reduced to 10 men. So, in one sweeping moment, Liverpool lost both of their starting fullbacks. That's not the sort of scenario any manager wants in his first Premier League game. Why this matters, the Newcastle test ahead now. Let's look ahead. Liverpool traveled to St. James' Park on August 25th for a showdown against Newcastle United. And let's be honest, this is a nightmare fixture to face with fullback problems. Newcastle, at home, are relentless. The atmosphere at St. James' Park is one of the most intimidating in the league. Eddie Howe's team press high, attack with pace, and exploit wide areas mercilessly. If Liverpool don't have a fit, reliable right-back available, they could be ripped apart down that side. And as if that wasn't enough, the Alexander Isak transfer saga looms over the fixture. Liverpool's interest in Newcastle's striker has already stirred tensions. The Magpie supporters will be fired up, eager to make the occasion as hostile as possible. For Slot, though, the biggest concern won't be the noise it will be who he can trust to wear the number 2 shirt. The ghost of 2020-21. Fans, remember Liverpool fans know this story all too well. Remember the 2020-21 season when the Reds' entire center-back department was wiped out by injuries. Virgil van Dijk, Joe Gomez, and Joel Matip all missed large chunks of the campaign. What followed was a chaotic year where midfielders were dragged into defense, rhythm was destroyed, and consistency evaporated. Slot cannot afford a repeat. Yet here we are, on opening night, already facing echoes of that nightmare. The concern is real. If Liverpool don't act quickly, the right-back situation could spiral in the same way. Tactical consequences: losing fullbacks doesn't just weaken defense, it alters the entire tactical plan. Slot wants aggressive fullbacks who overlap, push forward, and provide width. Without them, Liverpool's attack narrows, their transitions slow, and their defensive structure becomes stretched. Endo at right-back is a compromise. Gomez Hafet is another gamble. Neither can replicate the energy Frimpong brings or the control Trent provides. That means Liverpool's midfield and wingers will have to adjust, covering more ground to plug the gaps. Against Bournemouth, it worked. Against Newcastle, that's a different level of challenge. The transfer question: do Liverpool need another defender? This situation forces Liverpool's hierarchy to consider a question. Do they need to dip back into the market? Yes, Frimpong will recover, and Bradley will return eventually. But can Slot really risk a long stretch of the season with such limited cover in this area? The modern game is unforgiving. Injuries pile up, fixture lists are brutal, and the Premier League punishes weaknesses ruthlessly. One injury crisis in one position can derail an entire campaign. Slot has only just begun, but already the warning signs are flashing. Fan reactions, relief, concern, and déjà vu after the Bournemouth game. Fans flooded social media with a mix of emotions. Relief at the 3 points, but concern about the cost. One fan wrote, "Great win, but déjà vu how many times are we going to talk about injury crises?" Another said, "Frimpong looks exciting, but hamstring injuries don't go away overnight." Slot needs answers. The message is clear. Liverpool fans are excited about the new era, but they've seen this film before, and they don't want a repeat ending. Looking ahead, the next few weeks will define Liverpool's season. Newcastle, away, followed by other tough fixtures, will test the squad depth to its limits. Slot's ability to adapt, rotate, and manage these challenges will determine whether Liverpool stay in the title conversation or fall behind early. If Frimpong recovers quickly, the scare will fade. If not, Liverpool's new manager will be staring at one of the toughest puzzles any Premier League boss can face. Closing call to action. So Liverpool fans, here's the question: should the club risk Frimpong against Newcastle? Should Slot rely on Gomez even though he's not 100%? Or is it time for Liverpool to dip back into the market and secure another defender before it's too late? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, this is just the beginning. Injuries, transfers, tactical dilemmas. The Liverpool story is only heating up. That's why you need to hit that subscribe button right now and join our community. We'll bring you every twist, every turn, and every update in Liverpool's journey this season.